Okay, so how are you all doing? So I just wanted to show you the finished artwork, which is here. So on the video you couldn't really see the resin fully, and also I'm still learning how to film on YouTube and how to be on YouTube. So yeah, as you can see, the colours have come out really nice. I wasn't too sure originally with the resin because I think some air had got to it and it wasn't as good as before, so I was really worried that this would be like not visible anymore and it would just take away the whole image. But as you can see, the colours have come out really nice, and it's just, yeah, it's gone exactly like glass, and you can just see the shimmer. And yeah, it's dripped a bit on the back, but at least it hasn't fused to the piece of wood like it did last time when it was drying. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. The details have come out nice, and we probably should talk about the elephant in the room. So it is a nude figure. I hope that's okay for people, but I remember when I first did life drawing, I think I was 16 maybe, and I was hiding behind the canvas, didn't know how to respond, quite embarrassed, and I really wasn't sure whether to give any eye contact to her because I didn't know what to do. But yeah, in between poses, there she is, just laughing and joking, bouncing around, not really worrying about it. And I thought, yeah, that's what I want to be like, to be comfortable in my own skin, to be comfortable with who I am, and just, I find life models amazing because they're just so free and comfortable. Yeah, so now as an artist, through many hours of life drawing, I really don't think about that at all. And it's been in art history for years anyway, so it's kind of the normal thing to do. And actually clothes are much more difficult to draw anyway. So yeah, I stumbled into a few difficulties with it. So when I added the first layer on, as you can see some of these pink spots where, I mean, it's actually worked for the painting, but the reason that they're there is because it started to peel, and I haven't used spray paint very often, but I wanted to add a spray paint layer. So I sanded it down. I thought I'd done a good enough job, but it still wouldn't take to the shiny skateboard. And so when I got to the drawing stage, it started just peeling off with the pen. So I had to sand that layer down, add more paint, sand that down, add another layer of paint and sand that down. So eventually it did take, and that's the stage where in the previous video you can see me starting to add colour at that point and starting to play around with it. Whereas I think the first stage you can see that it's that one colour of green where it's been scraped down a few times. So yeah, it took a little bit of practice with that one. And like I say, the resin also looked like it went off possibly, and I wasn't sure if that would ruin it or not, but I knew that if it did work it would look good, so I just had to take a chance and hope it would work. But luckily it dried see-through still and didn't have any areas of yellowing, so it just went very glucose rather than, usually it's more like a syrup, but yeah, it just seemed a little bit more thick than normal. So yeah, that was a bit of a worrying moment. And I think what people don't realise is no matter where you are on your art journey, you're always coming up against different obstacles and things to overcome. The difference being that you trust yourself that bit more to overcome these challenges when they happen. And you know where you want to be, so you know what it should be like, and you know you're capable of it, but at the same time you don't really fully know what you're doing, in the sense of it's never like a logical step by step and you'll get to the same point. It's almost reacting to things by on the edge of your seat kind of deal, really. And I've just become really comfortable with reacting to these moments and just overcoming them, especially in paint, because you can just paint over it and you can add another layer and you can alter it and things. Resin not so much, but That's quite a new thing. But yeah, the paint certainly is why I use it, because you can just add another layer and correct bits much easier than you can with, say, coloured pencils or anything of that nature. So yeah, I'm thinking I mean, it was a lot more work than a canvas, but I'm thinking if people like these, I might end up doing a few more of them. And if people do like them, I may not do originals every time, because they do take that bit more work. But I may end up printing a few, designing them on Photoshop and do them traditionally, but crop them in Photoshop and have them printed that way. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say, but I just wanted to get used to talking on camera and connect with you. Hopefully this won't be too long a video, although I have spoken quite a while. Yeah, so I was actually going to try and, I mean, I used to just skateboard around the park when I was younger, and I never learned how to do any of the tricks or anything, although I grew up on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So yeah, I was going to try and add like a little skateboard trick into the previous video, but yeah, it became apparent that I can't do anything. So, but yeah, I had a little knock around with that. I have a tendency of just rambling on for ages, so there's no real point to this. I just wanted to show you the artwork up close. So thank you, and yeah, I just wanted to check in and try and show you more of the details and talk about my process a bit. I'm still getting used to YouTube, but thank you for bearing with me. And yeah, I look forward to going on this journey with you and seeing what happens as I get better at these. So yeah, till next time.